Hello there, Vicious5150. Thank you very much for tuning in to episode 3 of my monthly series of Ask Me Anything. Alright, with that intro out of the way, before we get into these questions and answering them, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Share with your friends. I would be really, really appreciative because I appreciate you. I love you. Let's do this. Alright, number 1 from the homeboy Champino. If you could redo something in life, what would it be? Well, if you'd only seen my previous intro to this video, I really decided to redo that one because that one sucked. So, that would be the one I could redo. And I did! Rectified! Alright, number 2. Speaking of rectified, number 2. Number 2. Joey Garwood. Would you want to put down a $5,000 payment and I can rap for you on your feature, Grandmaster J up in this bitch? Who the fuck wouldn't want to jump on that deal? You've got yourself a deal, partner. Alright, number 3. Michelle Adams. Very, very talented singer, by the way. Look out for her in 2021. She's fucking amazing. But she's asked a question. What made you discover your love for hip-hop? Well, because when I was a teenager, it was something that really spoke to me, and maybe I wasn't going through the same struggles as some of the artists I was listening to, but like, you know, on a human being level, like we all feel and everything, and I felt like I identified with it, and here we are today. Thank you very much for the question, Michelle. Number 4, Chris Waters. Why is Kevin McAllister from Home Alone such a psychotic piece of shit? He could have went to a neighbor's house and called the cops, or even gone to the cops themselves. He wanted to punish those robbers. Because, Chris, that would have made for a shitty movie. And yeah, we don't want that. Number 5, Orion Vincent. Why isn't Slum Glutton an official Hazmat member yet? Okay, so you've asked this question a million fucking times. I'm going to tell you. Because Hazmat Crew and Hazmat Music Group are two separate entities, we like to confuse the shit out of our fans apparently. Hazmat Crew is the 4. Me, RC the Hazard, Shua, Jay Clausen. Hazmat Music Group is like the label with other artists that we work with, such as Slum Glutton, such as Scam One, and the list goes on. And yeah, so that's the difference because we're confusing fucking cunts. That's basically what it is. There you go. Happy? Number 6, Kid Kill It. How old were you when you first started writing and performing? The first time I wrote a rap, I was probably about like 12, 13 on the cusp there. So that's when I started like writing. First time I ever performed a set, I was like 16, 17, roughly. And yeah, that's about right. Yeah, 16, 17, the first time I ever performed. And it was at the High Creek Youth Center. The first 2 times I ever performed, that was in Port Coquitlam. That's a big hangout spot for all of us back in the day. In fact, that's where my first group, HLM, started. So yeah, really my hip-hop career started at that place. Shout out. Okay, number 7, RC the Hazard. How many songs do you think we are on together by now? Oh, Jesus Christ. I couldn't even ballpark that. That's way too many. That's way too many songs. Like, oh God. In the hundreds for sure. Like that. I'm just going to ballpark it in the hundreds. Definitely. That can't be wrong. Number 8. Omen. What was the most hilarious thing that happened at the asylum? Oh, that's not fair. That's not fair. There are too many goddamn things that were funny. And a lot of that shit I can't tell. Like, I can't tell people that shit because that's just fucking nasty. Anyways, I got one that's pretty fucking funny. It's about our beloved friend, DZ Man, rest in paradise. We were recording, we had like a whole bunch of people in the studio. We were recording a couple tracks that night. There was one that we did called Do It Again. It was me and my group HLM plus Mike Dreams, who was then Hammy the Northern Mike, and DZ Man. And it was a song called Do It Again. And if anybody has that song, please send that to me. Like, I know Darkness has it on a shitty little iPod, but as soon as we get that song, I'm putting that shit online because that song is a fucking banger. It's a slap. It's everything. But after that, like, we just had a whole bunch of people at the studio, so we decided we were going to do another track. And that was a song called Going to War, which was a big posse song originally, and that consisted of me, my group HLM. It had Signs, it had RC the Hazard, it had Hammy, it had DZ Man on it, and XL made the beat. And that song, unfortunately, was lost in the shuffle somewhere. I don't know. If somebody out there has a rough mix of that song, I'd love to hear it. Because that song ended up becoming on my very first album called Going to War, which was just me and Exile. I think the original was fucking way better because it just had so many people on it. But that's not the point. The point is, DZ Man had this ad-lib in the back where he's talking about like dogs barking, echoing in the fog, and he go, ah! So we were laughing our asses off about that fucking ad-lib, and he kept coming up to me like just throughout the fucking evening while we're just chilling in the studio listening to music, and he's like, hey Will, I'm like, what? He's like, ah! And he did that like 7 times throughout the night. It was fucking hilarious. That's something that I would say is one of the funniest things. That was the summer of 2007. Great summer, by the way. Number 9, Slum Glutton. If you had to be Jake Lawson for a week or watch Belly on repeat for 24 hours straight, what would you pick? Again, that's not fucking fair. I hate the movie Belly. I fucking hate it. But I guess if I had to pick, I would watch that movie over ever being Jake Lawson. Nobody deserves that kind of shit. But nobody deserves to have to watch the movie Belly. Fuck that movie. Anyways, number 10, my homie TJ Brule. What size of condom do you wear? Extra small or micro? Well, my friend, I may have a needle dick, but I fuck like a sewing machine. Anyways, number 11, IZK. Who's your favorite East Coast, West Coast MC rap artist? I have way too many to even ballpark that. I literally couldn't because I like so much different kind of hip hop. So unfortunately, I can't really answer that. You know me. I keep an open mind to music in general. And anyways, number 12, Mr. Mike. When do we get an album from the Sauce Boss and the 51? I think the streets have been asking. Yeah, the meme streets of the internet in our little friend circle. Anyways, no, 2021, that's going to happen. Fish's 5150, Mr. Mike the Sauce Boss. We've got 2 collabs up there, by the way. We got All Day, and we got Pay It Forward. Check that shit out. Pay It Forward is going to be on my next album coming January 8th, and it's called, the album's called Out Here Living, but Pay It Forward is on that track, on that album. Blah, blah, blah. Anyways, number 13, Leo Renzo Livewire. What, where, when was your first gig? Again, like we're doing like this gig over at the High Creek Youth Center. Me and my homie Darkness. That was kind of the beginnings of HLM, and we did 2 sets there. So yeah, that was like the beginnings of our shit. It was pretty good. We had like our friends there. We had a little party there. It was pretty cool. Number 14, Knox. Why does Clausen have the sex appeal of 6 months of use shower towel and bath mat combo set? Oh, come on, that's much sexier than Clausen. Don't flatter him. Anyways, number 15. I like this question a lot. When you get booked to perform, what responsibilities do you think you have as an artist to deliver for that event? In a nutshell, how did I get in this nutshell? Oh my god. Fucking Austin Powers for you, but in totally wrong accent. Anyways, I think it's up to both the artist and the promoter to work together to make the event as great as possible. Ask how you can help out. Like, literally, like, stay in touch with the promoter. Don't think of this as, like, us versus them. If you aren't feeling something, like, any kind of logistics of the event, like, or what the promoter is doing, know what you're signing up for and just don't fucking do it. Otherwise, do what you can to help out. Don't be a greedy asshole. Anyways, number 16. Will Lang. Oh, no, Will Lang. That's me. Egon. Will Lang. Who can rap faster than you? You or RC? If there's a debate over it, then video proof shall be required. Find out December 30th when we drop our song Better Off with Twisted Insane. That's the answer to the question there. Check that shit out and you will find out. But Twisted Insane is a better rapper than both of us. Anyways, number 17, all the way from Germany, my homegirl, Soulicious, asks, Vicious, why are you so cool? Well, duh, it's December in Canada. Everybody's cool. Anyway, thank you very much for the question. She is a phenomenal singer, by the way. Speaking of phenomenal singers, follow Michelle Adams. Follow Soulicious on IG. She has got an amazing fucking voice. Check that shit out. I promise you, you're going to love that shit. Number 18, speaking of IG, from a spam account called Drifting. I assume you're a spam account because I've seen it and it's just a bunch of bullshit. And I have you on block, motherfucker. Your question to me was, will you DM me? It's about your reach. I've seen your reach, and it's absolutely fucking dismal. Absolutely not. Fuck you. Next question. 19. Nina Shade. Do you have a cassette/record or CD collection? If so, speak on it. I used to have one when I was a teenager. I kind of downsized that because everything went digital, so I kind of donated a lot of that stuff. But I used to have a vast valley of CDs and tapes. No records though, but I had plenty. But nobody had a bigger CD collection than my good deceased friend, Mr. Mead. He had a fucking physical collection. He was obsessed with that shit. Tyro James also, he's got a hell of a stockpile of local stuff, as do I actually. I have a lot of local CDs. That's about the only hard copies I've ever kept over the years. If anybody's ever given me a CD of yours, I've kept it, just to let you know that. Because I love you. Number 20, Tazilla. Why did you name your crew Tazmat but not include Taz? Because sometimes, little Tazzy boy, I've said things when I was drunk. Take that with a grain of salt. It's not gonna happen. Anyways, I'm gonna give you a nice bonus question from Slum Glutton's mother, Peggy. Peggy? Do you ever shave your beard off? Not since, 2008. It's been here. And it's not going away. Anyways, thank you very much for the questions. And I'll see you in January for Ask Me Anything Episode 4. Thank you very much. Make sure, before you go, to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, share with your friends. Thank you very much for the 50th fucking time. Maybe we'll make it a 50th time for me thanking you. Because I love you. Anyways, have a great day. Okay, peace.